Hi guys, good day to all of you. My name is Rizal Kim Ibrina, your first reporter, and I am with my group mates Kat Kari Latasa, and we are the Group G. In this video, we'll be going to discuss about socio-emotional development of the preschoolers. So, the objectives of this lesson or discussion are to understand the Erickson's crisis of early childhood initiative versus guilt. Next, to understand the milestone of preschoolers in socio-emotional development. And lastly, to know what are the aspects of socio-emotional development. So before I start, let us define first what is socio, what is emotional, and what is socio-emotional development. When we say socio, it is relating to the society. Basically, it refers on how we build relationships with others, or somehow we are creating sense of belongingness or connection with others. Well, when we say emotional, it is how a person or a child express his or her emotion or feeling towards different situation. And socio-emotional development means it represents a specific domain of a child development. It is gradual, integrative process through which children acquire the capacity to understand, experience, express, and manage emotion and develop meaningful relationship with others. According to Chowick-Smith 2014, children's emotional well-being during their early years has a powerful impact on their social relationships. Children who are emotionally healthy are better able to establish and maintain positive relationships with adults and peers. Consider some of the children in your own life and the different stages in their social emotional development as they were growing up. So, that is very evident that children's mental well-being during their early years has a huge impact on their social ties. Children who are emotionally healthy are able to understand or able to build and maintain solid relationships with adults and peers, and it is part as they were growing. Preschool age children are learning to talk about their feelings and their feelings of others. Social emotional development, however, involves more than just expressing emotion. It entails taking turns, becoming independent in following routines, interacting more with peers, engaging in meaningful relationship with others, and controlling emotion and developing a positive self-image. It means that these skills are crucial for children's successful participation in school and home experiences, for their overall growth, and having a good self-image are all part of it. Because of this, children has able to build their initiative. So now, let us move on preschoolers' initiative. In Erickson's view of initiative, aptly portrays the emotional and social changes that happen during the preschool years. Preschoolers deal with the psychological conflict of initiative versus guilt. It means that they will crave the opportunity to create, innovate, pretend, take chances, and participate in exciting and imaginative activities with their peers. The preschoolers' feeling of initiative will increase if parents, teachers, and other adults support their efforts and create stimulating environment. On the other side, if the parents are overprotective, impose severe restriction, and criticize the preschooler, he or she will feel guilt. Preschooler go through the conflict of initiative versus guilt. They will show so much energy in doing imaginative play activities. It means that nararamdaman ng isang bata na ang guilt kapag overprotective na ang isang tao or ang kanilang mga magulang sa kanya, kahit mayroon na siyang initiative to create or to experience those or these things, pero over ang pagtrato sa kanya ng mga nakakatanda sa kanya. So, in preschoolers, every place become a playground to explore. Every single thing is an interesting piece to tinker with. Adults sometimes get exasperated over this behavior and begin to see the preschooler as naughty or makulit. Some parents and teachers then become overly restrictive, resorting to threats, intimidation, and other scary tactics that disrespect the preschooler just to establish control. Consequently, the child may develop excessive guilt, although a good amount of guilt helps in making children take responsibility of their behaviors. Excessive guilt hampers emotional growth. So now let us move on to the milestone of the preschoolers and how they develop social emotional skills at different ages. Remember that individuals' differences exist when it comes to the precise age at which children meet this milestone. At the age of 3, children start to copy adults and friends. They show affection for their friends without prompting. They take turns in games. They show concerns for a crying friend. They also learning dressing and undressing themselves, and also they are able to understand the idea of mine, his or hers, and also show a wide range of emotion, separate easily from family, and lastly, they might get upset with a major changes in routine. At this age, children are starting to create and learn for themselves, like kung ano yung nakikita nila sa mga kaibigan o sa mga nakakatanda sa kanila ay kadalasan ginagawa na rin nila. And also, nakakadama na rin sila ng affection. Nasasaktan sila kapag may nakikita silang parte ng kanilang buhay na umiiyak. And also, they are able to understand what is the concept of mine, his or her. At the age of 4, children enjoys doing new things. They are more and more creative with make-believe play. They would rather play with other children than alone. They are able to cooperate with other children. Plays mom or dad, it means that they wanted to play with their parents as a bonding of them. A fan can tell what's real and what's make-believe. And lastly, they talks about what he or she likes and interested in. Like every time they can every time they can say that ma, pa, kuya, ate, that they like or dislike certain thing or activities. And in this age rin is kapag nalirinig mo na palaging sinasabi ng isang bata ang word na mom, dad, or mama, papa is like gusto niyang makipaglaro. Then, ang pakipaglaro niya sa kanya is a bond na rin para sa kanila. And in terms of paglalaro, hindi gusto ng isang bata ng mapag-isa. So, gusto niya na marami siyang kaibigan na nakakalaro. So, and lastly, at the age of 5, children wants to please friends. They want to be like friends, and they more likely to agree with rules. They also like to sing, dance, and act. They are aware of their gender. They can tell what's real and what's make-believe. They shows more independence. And lastly, they sometimes become demanding and sometimes cooperative. Demanding in a way like every time they saw things that they like, they wanted to have it, not knowing how expensive or how to care of it. Sa age na rin na ito is alam na rin nila kung ano yung gender preference or gender identity nila, kung bakit sila umiihi ng patayo or bakit sila umiihi ng nakaupo. And also they are able to know kung ano yung interesting na gusto nilang gawin, like they are interested in singing, they are interested in acting, and also they are interested in dancing. Expectations about developmental milestones are driven by cultural values and preferences. In other cultures, children are expected to start eating independently in early infancy and toddlerhood. In your daily interaction with children and other families, you should remind yourself that cultures and family priorities influence children's social emotional competence. It means that if you are concerned with the development of a child, even in different aspects, you should know yourself. You should know, or you should able to identify in what way you can express the importance of a child, because what they see is what they do or act. So once again, my name is Razel Kim Ibrina, and that is my report all about. So now, Scott Kari Latasa will continue this discussion.